Today's video is going to be a little bit different than what I usually do. As some of you know, I am a big believer and practicer of sustainability and creating less waste in general. I recently had a company reach out to me asking me if I'd like to review their products. Now, typically, this isn't something I would do just because it's not the type of content I want to make, and because most of these companies that are reaching out, they don't care about how they're impacting the environment. All these companies care about is the bottom line. Making money. But when this company reached out to me, they mentioned that they were a sustainable brand, and I was like, okay, let's see how good you really are. Now, I just want to let you know they are not paying me for this review. I'm going to be completely honest with you. If I don't like the product, you'll know. If I love it, you'll know. So the company is called Linjer, and they make higher end sustainable jewelry, but at an affordable cost. Okay, but what I really want to know is how are they practicing and following through with sustainability? You know, there's so many companies that claim they're sustainable, and you go to their website and you can't find anything. Now, what I'm about to tell you, I found on their website, so if you want to look it up, it's super easy to find. So the first way they're practicing sustainability is by using high quality recycled materials like gold and silver in their jewelry. And by using high quality recycled materials, it not only helps keep the cost down, but it also makes the products last much longer since they're made with high quality materials to begin with. So unlike cheaper gold-plated jewelry that turns green or can tarnish in a few months of wear, and then you throw it out, Linjer's jewelry will last for years and years, even a lifetime, and the best part, it stays out of landfills. Then when it comes to packaging, their boxes are made with recycled gray board, which can then be recycled again. And as you'll see in a little bit, they don't use excessively large boxes or an excess amount of stuffing and packaging when the items get shipped to your house. And then they also offset carbon emissions on every shipment, and they're always looking for ways that they can improve. You can reach out to them with any comments or ideas you have. Okay, so this all sounds pretty great, but how good are their products really? Because you can be doing all these great things, but if you have a shitty product, then none of this really matters. So let's look at what they sent me. And kind of nice, they actually let me pick out the pieces I wanted, which I think is great because then I can pick pieces that I know I'm going to wear that kind of go with my personality and my aesthetic. I mean, we all like getting new things, right? But if you get something and you don't like it, then you're not going to wear it. And it's probably going to get donated or end up in the landfill, and then it just defeats the whole sustainability purpose. So this is how the jewelry got shipped to my house. It is a pretty small box, I think. I mean, it's like what? The size of my head, so that's pretty small. I did get 3 pieces of jewelry, so I feel like this is a pretty good small box. It could maybe be a little smaller, but it's still pretty good, I feel like. And then on the front, it even says that they offset carbon emissions that I was talking about. And then they have a recycling sign, so you can recycle the box. All right, let's see how they ship things inside. So like I said, I got 3 pieces of jewelry. Looks like each piece of jewelry comes in like their own little fabric envelope. But look, what else isn't in here? A bunch of extra packaging like so many companies do that is wasteful and you don't need it. This is the type of stuff I like to see from brands that claim they're sustainable. They don't put a bunch of extra stuffing in their orders. I love it. And then there is a little card in here, kind of just talking about their company and where they're from. But it's not like a huge piece of paper, just something small with a few sweet words. Because let's be honest, you're going to throw this away or recycle this anyways. I mean, I don't think that many people save these things. And then this is how the jewelry came. Each one came in their own little cloth envelope, and they each had the company's name on them. And inside of them is this little booklet that has a bit about the company's story, the different materials they use, how to clean and take care of your jewelry, and also how they're being sustainable. It actually has like 2 little pockets, so the card went in the back, and then in the front one is where my jewelry is. This piece is a little solid gold ring, and it has like a small little pearl-like detail on it. It's definitely dainty, not to where I feel like it's going to like bend or lose its shape at all. And this next one is also a solid gold ring. I actually picked the 2 rings so I could kind of stack them on top of each other when I wear them. I always kind of like that look. And then the last one is this cute little pair of earrings. They're like these little huggies and they have pearls. Just something really small and dainty. And they have like a hinge on them that opens, and then there's this little hole that they snap into when you put them on your ear. So you don't have to worry about them falling off or anything. And what I really liked about these little huggy earrings with the pearls on them is I can take the pearls off. So then that way, if I just want to wear them like as a little gold hoop, I can also do that. I don't wear a ton of jewelry, and if I do, I like it to be smaller and lighter pieces, which is what Linjer styles are. They're all a little bit more dainty. And I did get my pieces all in gold, but they also have silver. I think maybe when I was younger I did silver, but it's been gold for a while. So gold's kind of my go-to. So I think what I'm going to do is wear these pieces throughout this next week and just kind of see how they hold up, make sure that they don't tarnish or turn my fingers green like they say they won't, just so I feel like I can come back with an honest review then. I feel like you can try something on and you can really like it, but you don't really know how well the quality is or how well it holds up until you actually wear it on your everyday life. So I'll get back to you in a week and let you know how they've held up and how good the quality really is. So this was the first day of wearing the rings. I really liked how they looked like when they were stacked, like I was talking about, but I couldn't decide if I wanted to wear them like this or like this, where they're separate. I actually ended up leaving them like this, but I do really like them both ways. Then the next day I wore them stacked, and I just wore them like that for a few days. And then a few days later, I switched it up again, and I was leaving these on all day long, even while I was washing my hands or doing the dishes, because I really wanted to see if they would, tarnish, cause any discoloration, or turn my fingers green. But they didn't. They stayed super shiny. And as you can see, by the last day, they were still looking really good. They were still super shiny. So yeah, still looking pretty good. I also wore the earrings off and on throughout the week, and I feel like with earrings you don't really have to worry about them getting tarnished so much because they're not really exposed to the elements like the jewelry on your hands are, So it's been about 2 weeks now of me wearing Linjer's jewelry on and off, and after those 2 weeks I really wanted to look at it closely to see if it really does look the same as when I first got it, and surprisingly there really are like no dings or scratches. It's still just as shiny as the first day I put it on. Now I know it has only been 2 weeks, but if you've ever worn cheaper jewelry, you know that even after 2 weeks it's going to have some scratches, some discoloration, and it just doesn't look the same as when you first got it. Now after wearing Linjer's jewelry for a little while, I can tell that they really do use high quality materials, and I actually noticed something that I didn't notice before when I started wearing it, but inside each piece of jewelry, Linjer's name is actually stamped. It's like engraved into the jewelry. Now I don't know about you, but I don't have really any jewelry that has the company's name engraved into it, unless it's maybe a vintage piece that I've had or was handed down from me. But I feel like that's when you know it's a pretty nice piece of jewelry, when it has the company's name engraved inside of it. As I mentioned earlier, I don't really wear a lot of jewelry, which means I don't really buy a lot of jewelry, but on the rare chance that I do, it's usually something cheap. It's probably going to fall apart after a few times I wear it, or I'm going to end up losing it. And I really don't like to buy things like that, because then I feel like I'm supporting fast fashion and this throwaway culture that we've all kind of become accustomed to. And I just really hate that. So I really have been trying to support more sustainable brands, or if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know I really like to thrift and shop at secondhand shops. Now I know, of course, sustainable companies can probably always be a little bit more sustainable here or there, but what I've seen and read with Linjer, it does seem like they're being honest about the ways that they are being sustainable. So Linjer does call themselves an affordable higher end jewelry line. So I just wanted to show you real quick how affordable their pieces really are. So this is their website. But as you can see, they kind of have prices all over. Some are a little bit cheaper, like these silver hoops, while others are in the middle, and then some are a little bit more expensive, like this necklace. But it's kind of nice, you can kind of find any price range that you're looking for. They also have other things like watches and some really cute bags. Like this bag is super cute. Now trust me, I know it can be hard to justify spending $70 on one pair of earrings, but as you probably know, most sustainable products are unfortunately a little bit more expensive because they don't cut corners and use cheap materials. But I like to think of it like this. I can keep buying cheap jewelry and supporting fast fashion and the shitty companies who make it, but if I really care about sustainability and the environment, then I shouldn't support companies that don't. Instead, buy pieces that will last you 20 times longer, are much better for the environment, and in the long run will probably end up saving you money. So in the end, yes, I definitely think sustainable jewelry is worth it as long as you do your research and make sure that the company you're buying it from is actually being and practicing sustainability. So if you're interested in sustainability and supporting Linjer, I have actually picked out a few of my favorite pieces that they sell on their site. I'll have that page linked below. And yes, I've included a few silver pieces as well. I've also shared a special code below. If there's anything you see on their website that you want to purchase, it will save you a little bit of money. And if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much. I know this content is a little bit different than what I usually do, but sustainability is something I really truly care about, and I felt that if I could influence at least one of you to be a little bit more sustainable, then this video is totally worth it. Now, of course, I'm not perfect when it comes to sustainability. I am working at getting better on it all the time, but if you know any good brands or companies I should check out who you think are doing a great job at sustainability, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
You moved up from the East Coast,